Today I will be showing you the all-new GoPro Hero 13 Black. Let's get to it. So this is the all-new GoPro Hero 13 Black. It just arrived in the mail yesterday. It is a really nice camera. It's got log footage, so you can record in log, which is really nice. My other GoPro, which was the GoPro Hero 11 here, was did not record in log. It was a bit older camera. It was only like 3 years old. It's really, since it came out. Mine is only like I would say like 5 months old. I've only had it for 5 months. But it served its purpose, and it still will serve its purpose for a long time because it has held up very well. But I decided to get the GoPro Hero 13 to see if they made any new changes, and it actually did make some pretty cool changes. There's not a bigger sensor, so it still doesn't do very well in low light, which I'm not doing a lot of stuff in low light. Some people are, which that can be a big concern to them, but I would just say use your iPhone because it does pretty good in the dark. So it does have these fingers down here still. It has so you can still do, I don't have one like this. You can still do, it still has the fingers like that. And it has a 1/4 inch thread mount right there. And also it has the capability of a magnetic mount. It does not come with a magnetic mount. It would be nice if they included that in a package. But they don't have a package that includes. I didn't see yet, but maybe they will down the future. But it just snaps into here. That's what these little gaps here are for. It goes into there, and then these two little holes, those two little round dots right there, those are magnets which hold it in, extra durability. So it is nice. You can, if you have a tripod, you just screw it on there. You don't have to pull out the fingers, and then you don't have to screw them all in because that kind of takes a while. But yeah, the outside looks pretty much the same. The back looks the exact same. But there is a couple changes to the front. So they did put glass all around the GoPro. Let me hide it so the sun isn't in there. They did put glass around the GoPro logo down here, whereas the other one, it was just it was kind of indented in there. So that is a change, which is kind of nice. It looks nice. And also there is a new, this is supposed to last longer and not overheat as fast, but that is why this little grill here, get it to focus. That grill right there is for overheating. This one doesn't have that. It just had a speaker right there, which that's nice because so it doesn't overheat. And then it does look a bit different here. So here's the 13. It does have a little notch groove around the edge of the lens, whereas this one doesn't. This is the 11. The new one has the notch, and that is, assuming that's so it's easier to pull out. But you can twist this, and this is a really cool feature here. So you just pull the lens like off like always. And here there is one minor thing they did, which is kind of, I don't know why they had to do this. Take it off the 11. So this one is metal, the little rim around there, whereas the 13 is plastic. I think it's plastic, which I don't know why they had to do that. They could have just made it still metal, but you know, everything's plastic these days. Which it should still hold up for a pretty long time because it is a very high quality camera, as I have seen so far as I've tested it. But there's a really cool thing. So this little blue dot right here is a little sensor, and it detects what lenses you have on it. So they came out with a bunch of new lenses. Sorry. And they have a macro lens. They have a new max lens mod, which makes a wider range so you can see it more, which goes into a 1x1 square you can put it in, which is really nice. And also they have some new ND filters. And so the reason you wouldn't, I think they have some macro lenses and and ND filters on the market, but the thing is with the GoPro ones, when the GoPro ones go on there, it automatically detects which ones you have. So that is really nice. So like if I were to turn this on here, what you want to do is you want to line that little blue dot. There's a little blue thing on all of them. There's a little blue dot on all the lenses. So you line that up with the blue dot, and it will detect which one do you have on there. Which I don't have any of those lenses on there, or any of those lenses right now. But I probably will be testing some of those out in the future, because that just would be really cool. Plus the macro lenses, I've seen it's been really cool because you can focus on stuff, which is really cool. Because now normally the GoPros, they don't focus, so they're always focused on, like, they focus is nonstop, it goes forever. But when you're close up to something, the focus can't focus on that because it doesn't have autofocus or anything like that. But that is a cool mod that they have, because that would be nice. You can focus on like a face and blur out all the other stuff, or you can put it into the normal GoPro where it just focuses on everything, which is really nice. And then there's one more change they did. It is the battery. Y'all have probably seen the battery is different, which for some of the videographers and people that use GoPros have stored up a ton of batteries, like this. Whereas now you cannot use those batteries because they're not compatible. So now they changed the batteries, and new batteries look like this, and they have the connectors right there. So this is the old batteries, the normal batteries that people have been using for a while. Now this is the new battery. So there's a difference. They're not compatible. So you couldn't stick the older batteries in the 13, because when you stick it in there and you go to close the door wouldn't even close. And even if the door would close, it wouldn't do anything because the connectors aren't the same, which they probably will be selling some off-market kind, like Telesin, which is a really good brand. I will put a link to one of their chargers for the older batteries. If you decide to get one of the older GoPros, or you already have an older GoPro and you want to find a way to charge your batteries, this is a really nice battery charger. It does have 3 indicators down here that tell you what your battery status is, which is really nice. But yeah, now I'm going to get y'all a closer look, and you can see what the GoPro and all the other specs inside of the GoPro are. Now let's get to that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn the GoPro on. Okay, so it is black because I have this little protector on here, so it doesn't make a bad glare with the light, and plus there's nothing down here to see. It's just a white table. So you have some really cool features. So you can click this button right here, and it will go into, I'm going to take this off so you can see the difference that it makes. So you can go into a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is normal. Or you can go into a vertical ratio, which you can only record in wide in this vertical ratio, which is kind of a bummer. But I guess if you're out, or you can just go into your editing software, and you can probably take out that warping. But you can go into a what is this one? I forgot what this one is. A 4:3 aspect ratio, which is kind of nice. So it fills the whole screen. And then you can go into a full frame ratio, which is a 8:7 aspect ratio. So it's really cool because you can go into your editing and make it vertical, or you can kind of zoom in this stuff. Or you can crop it basically. So that's kind of nice. I'm gonna bring it down back to widescreen, and then you can go to here, which is audio tuning. And so this is going to try to get the best of your audio, so you can get like, it will take out the background noise and it'll only get what's talking. So this could be nice if you're like out in a big crowd or something, so that could be kind of nice. But this is normal, so this doesn't do anything to your audio, just records in full audio, and it doesn't take out any background noise. Whereas if you go up, it tunes out the recording of enhanced vocal clarity while also preserving ambient background noises. So like if there's other people talking, it would try to take that out and only get your voice. But if you're like in the wilderness or like on a hike in the woods and there was some pretty bird sounds, it would still keep those. But if there's other people talking, like if you're going with a crowd and you're vlogging or something, it would tune out the other people, and only get your voice. So that is really cool features that they added. And then here is just your hyper smooth, and this is hyper smooth 6.0. I think that is what was in the Hero 12. I can't remember. I'd have to find that out. And then here is your wide, hyper view, super view, wide, and then linear plus horizontal lock. So if you're like in a car or something, or you want to get it steady, it does not turn, which is really nice. And then you can go into here, and here are your presets. And then this is a really cool new thing, and I'll put this up on the screen for you so you can see what this slow-mo does, this burst slow-mo. So you can so this records only in I think it's a 5-second inner that records in 5 seconds, so you can only record a 5-second slow-mo, but this is extremely slow and it records in 5.7K, I think. No, so if you want like 400 frames per second, you do this one and it records in 720p, which I mean is fine if you're just doing a quick little slow-mo because it doesn't record that long. But it's got all these presets that you can turn on for it. You can only record in 720p and 400 frames per second, 90p and 360 frames per second, and then 120 p in 5.3 frames per second. So I mean, it is nice. So that is going to be a cool feature that they added in here, and I will put a little video on what that looks like. But here you can create a new preset, which is really cool. So you do your video, which I'm going to do video, and then I will show you all these settings here. But if you wanted a custom name, you click. So also you can pick like if it's bike, if it's any of these, like that would be like focus and stuff. So they did add a couple new ones in here, which is kind of nice. I'm just gonna go to here, and then you just click custom name. Oops, what happened to the focusing? Okay, there we go. And then you can just like type in. I could just say you can type in numbers and stuff, so you can make it custom, which is pretty cool. And then I'm gonna take this out. Take that out. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna put this back in video mode. Okay, so then over here, let's figure out what's going on with my focusing. It kind of darkened everything up. Okay, so if you swipe left to the time lapse, they still have the time warp. Sorry guys. Okay, let's focus on my hand now. Sorry about this. A couple of technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. So you can go into. So you swipe this way, and then they still have the time warp, star trails, light painting, vehicle lights, time lapse, in night lapse, plus you can create a new one if you wanted to. And then they still have photos, so you can still take photos, which is nice because I don't sometimes I take photos, sometimes I don't, but I do. It does take pretty good photos. It's 27 megapixel photos. But then, so up here, if you scroll up, they got some couple of new things. They got the screensaver. You can turn that on or off. And then a new thing is if you hold down, now it brings up the quick menu, so you don't have to go all the way to preferences. Oops. You don't have to go to all the way to preferences and then find it. You just hold it down and it finds it, which is really cool. And then actually this color here, it does look a little bright. It is not that bright. Something's going off my coloring. That's actually what it looks like, but it would be too dark if I did that. And then it does have Bluetooth. And then over here is really cool. So this is something new they did. So you can see how much storage is on your GoPro Hero 13. So this is something new. You can see the storage that's on the SD card. So the blue means it's uploaded. If you have a subscription, you have to have a subscription for it to be uploaded. And then not uploaded. So white means that it hasn't been uploaded to the cloud, and then other data means that that will be other stuff that's on the SD card that the GoPro cannot read, other files that aren't GoPro compatible. And then here you can click manage SD card. So you could, so here delete SD card media, which we don't want to do that right now. And then start cloud upload. So you could click that. So you would have to connect it to the power for that to work, but it will, when you have the subscription, when you plug it in, it will automatically go to it'll automatically upload to the cloud. Sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out what to say there. And then here is, so when you click on this, you can also click that, and then you can click that, or if you just want a faster way to do this, you just click and hold that button down, and it will go into the preset, so you can customize this preset you have here. So here we have profile, we have HDR, and log. The log requires color correction, so unless you want to do a bunch of editing with the video and like take a while to edit it and make it look really nice, then you want to pick log. But if you're not experienced and you don't know what log is, then I would not recommend actually doing that, because you'll get the video and log just looks really flat, doesn't have any color in it, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. And then this one is for a broader range of balance. Exposure works best in bright conditions. This is just going to give you, you are still going to, I think you still have to color grade with this one. No, wait, no you don't. I thought you did. But this is going to give you more color and just going to pop more and bright lights, where normally people are just going to use standard or HDR. But if you're new to this, you're just pick standard, and then on down the road you can learn what you can do. In here, 16:9, and they added this one. I think they added both of these. I think. Let me look on my old GoPro. Turn this one on. Let's see. Nope, the 14:4:3. Yeah, no, so that one's not new. The only new one is that they have in here is, let me turn this one off over here real quick. There we go. The only new one in the framing is the 16:9, which is kind of nice. I added that in there. But you can go to 5.3K frame rate. It goes all the way to 24 frames per second, 120, 60, 30, and 24. I normally do 30. I gotta figure out, when I turn this thing off, it switches all the settings around, so I gotta figure out how to fix that. If you know how to fix that, put that down in the comments below, because that would be very grateful if I knew how to do that, because I cannot find it anywhere online yet, because there's not many videos on this GoPro yet. And then capture, you have all these schedule capture, and you make it like go 5 in the morning, and then you can duration, you can make it like you, if you want to go like 5 hours and it, or like only record for 5 hours, and at 5 o'clock in the morning, you can set that in a record, which if you're going to do something schedule capture, I would keep it plugged in, like use the GoPro Volta, I think that's what it's called. And then Pro Tune, you got 10-bit, that still high bit rate, shutter, all these ISO, denoise. I think that's new, so it will denoise your let's put that on medium. Denoise your video so it's not so grainy. So that's nice. You got the raw audio tuning, and wind reduction, which they always had wind reduction. And then dashboard here, you can just turn on what is in the dashboard, which I'll show you what that was in a second. That's where like the where you see the storage of the SD card. That's what all that is. But here is just the shortcuts. You don't really want to mess with those unless you really need something fixed right there. And these shortcuts are these little things, which you can just hold these down like this. You just hold that down, and then you can change what you got in here. They just got all these things that you can put right there, which is really nice. And then for the auto detecting lenses, you're gonna have to put this right here. You can click on this little lens right here. You're gonna put that in auto detect if you're using auto detect, but you're gonna want to use standard lens is just this sorry about that, is this lens, the lens that's already on there. That's what standard lens is. But auto detect is the auto detect, where it auto detects the lenses, but you have to use the manual setting for the Max Lens 2.0, which is an older one. It doesn't have that auto detect on it, only these new ones. So that's what the macro lens looks like, ultra wide, Max Lens 2.0, ND filter, ND8, ND16, ND32. So that's what all those look like. I just put it on standard lens because that's what I have on there right now. But yes, so this is the GoPro Hero 13 Black. So that was my review on the GoPro Hero 13 Black. Just so you know, I have only had this for only a day or less than a day. It came in yesterday night, and I will be doing some more testing on this GoPro, so be watching out for some more videos. But yeah, that's all I have for this new GoPro Hero 13. Hope you enjoyed, and if you're not already, go hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and then y'all can also share this video with others so they can see the review on the new GoPro Hero 13.